What a game. What a great game to finish this season. It was obviously a challenging season, to say the least, that these young men have gone through. But to finish the way they did, how hard they played today against a very good Fresno State team. I thank you to Coach Paul Weir for what he did for this program this season and for our staff and our players, and how he managed through some difficult times and brought us to this point. And it was just a tremendous honor for us to finish strong. We came up a little bit short on the scoreboard, but every one of those young men in the locker room were amazing to finish this season.
All right, we'll go ahead and open it up for questions. Everyone on this call has been pretty good so far this season about not talking over each other. So go ahead and ask your questions, and if people start talking over each other, then we'll pause and I'll call on people specifically. So go ahead with questions for Coach.
Coach, I guess I'll start. For you guys, mind if I start first? Coach, small ball lineup today. It almost worked.
No, it did. It was exciting. It was entertaining. You know, we made shots, obviously, which helps. It makes up for some possessions on the defensive end that maybe you don't finish. Defensively, we were able to extend the pressure full court. We were able to switch a lot of screening actions. And just they played hard. These young men played extremely hard. They represented the name on the front of the jersey really well today. And it was exciting to see. We probably had a 3.5 minute stretch there in the second half where it kind of got out of our way a little bit. But then we circled around and brought it back into a manageable possession at the end, and just came up a little bit short.
And I'll follow up behind that. I was wanting to ask you, what did Jeremiah have for breakfast?
That's a good question. It's a good question. Yeah. Yeah, he has been pretty good here down the stretch, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's been pretty good here down the stretch, which is good to see.
Dave, on that, you really frustrated one of the best big guys in the league, and he got in foul trouble early, but he was visibly frustrated. And to Van's point, you're out there playing five guards, and what was the strategy when you went small, and obviously had a key on him?
You know, it was probably a lot of toughness. You know, a great job with Coach Weir presenting the scouting report, and Coach McHale, who put together the scouting report. On touches, there was a crowd around him. We wanted to try to front him. At times we weren't able to, but then once he caught it, we were there on the catch. And I think you got the offensive foul on him, correct? And we made it hard for him. And I think if you look at the 3 games that we played against him, and Orlando's a very talented player, but his numbers weren't great against us. And that was a big key to the preparation from the coaches applying it to the team and the team carrying it through.
Coach, how much did the 2 games in the regular season contribute to affect just kind of what we saw tonight? Because like with Orlando Robinson, I mean, there certainly were some similarities to those 2 meetings with Fresno State. It was physical all around. So, I mean, from the regular season to now, what do you take away that was similar and what was different? You
know, I think first and foremost, you were able to get film. So you had film from 2 games you played them, an overtime loss and then a regulation game loss, but very close games, both games. So you had film on some good and some not so good. And then, again, just a credit to these guys, what they did the last couple of days in practice. I mean, it's challenging. You don't know where it's going, is the future. But that says a lot about the character of these young men and how hard they played in practice the last couple, I'd say 8 to 10 days, and then how they carried it over into game action today and in a one-and-done situation. It was entertaining to see. It was rewarding to be there with them. And again, it was right there to the end. You're talking about a few possession game right to the end.
Dave, can you talk about the guy? You had 2 scholarship athletes who didn't play, and obviously they weren't there in the last game. The decision process of them, they made the trip but not play. What was the status with that in the story?
You know, just some different things going on as far as where you're at now, where you're going, and how you're going to get there. And they elected for whatever reasons to be here and support their team, but not be active to play. So everyone who was on this trip was all in, and that was great to see. They were all in practice and all in the locker room and walk through and shoot around this morning and COVID testing at 7:30 this morning. So it was neat to see because at times, as you all know, it's easy to say no and quit, right? But they didn't, and they were there. And but the young men who played, what an effort! What an effort! I'm sure it was a great game to watch.
Dave, the It's been a bizarre last couple of weeks with Paul going out, but obviously that's the storyline from tonight.
Yeah,
is the end of the Paul Weir era. I mean, what do you have to say about Paul Weir and the job he's done in New Mexico?
wow. I mean, I've got 2 children, obviously older. If I had a chance to, if they were playing in athletics and playing basketball and they had a chance to play for a coach in Paul Weir, I would love that. The way, he took away his personal agenda this year for everything for us. The team, the players, obviously, the staff, and he always wanted to make sure we were okay. Where probably at times we should check on him a little bit more and make sure he was okay. So as a person, a great human being, he gave me an opportunity to come down here and be a part of the Lobo program, and I had one of the most rewarding years of my coaching career. And I think for these players, when they get a chance to reflect on it, they'll realize what he did this year. And it was all about Lobo basketball. It was never about him. So it was challenging, and we spent a lot of time on the road. There was a lot of boxed meals. There was a lot of soap. I got more towels at home from hotels. I probably shouldn't say that, but it was a neat year, and we thank him for everything that he did for Lobo basketball, and he wants nothing but the best as it moves forward.
It was Paul Weir's last game, and it was also the last game of the season. What was the message in the locker room tonight?
I think there was a lot of thank yous, and that's probably something private between him and the team, which was kind of neat to see. He's been with Coach for 4 years. I joked with Coach. I think Coach played in this tournament in 2004. He's been around this league so long, and a very good player in this league. And it was fun to sit on the bench with him and not against him. But I think those things were probably in house with the team, with Coach and the players and the staff, and it was neat to see, and it was all from the heart.
All right. If there's
What do you think the future of Lobo basketball is? Obviously, there's the. What do you think the future of the team is going forward the next couple of years?
Obviously there's going to be some changes made, obviously with the new staff coming in and new players coming in, and hopefully players stay. You never know what happens in the world of college athletics right now. But you've got a great administration, you've got a great fan base, you've got great facilities, and you've got great tradition. There's going to be some really good times ahead for Lobo basketball, and that's exciting. That's exciting to see. If there's one program in the country that needs to play in its home arena, it's the Lobos. It's such a unique experience to play there and have that fan base cheer you on, and that's going to happen. With everything that's in place, it'll happen. Be patient. Be patient. Nothing happens overnight, but there's nothing but good days ahead, and that's what Coach Weir wants.
So Dave, you've been around this long enough. Not only this year, kind of had pulled the curtain back a little bit and were part of the program, but you were at Air Force for years. Can UNM get back to, do you believe UNM can get back to what it was, say, 2013 when this league got 5 teams in? And I know I've talked to you about that 2013 game you were a part of. Mm-hmm. That was sort of the high water mark for this program. Can this program get back to that, do you believe, now that you've seen it on the inside?
I do. I think the program, there's some talented young men in the program. Again, there's a talented administration and support from the president on down, and from the fan base. And again, facilities, location, tradition, those things all play a part. And I think since 2013, as you all have seen, this whole league has gotten better. Programs have gotten better, whether you're talking about Boise State, Colorado State, Utah State, whoever it may be. So it has enhanced the whole league, and with that being said, everyone is getting better. And New Mexico may be a little behind right now with the current situation, but it's going to get back. Again, just be patient, support the new staff that comes in, and cheer on your Lobos, and in time they're going to be back cutting nets down and playing on Saturday nights here in the Mountain West Tournament.
What's it been like playing for Paul Weir, and what is, now that it's over, what is your lasting memory of being a Lobo for 4 years?
I just told him that I appreciate him, and obviously we have some great memories. I've been with him for the past 4 years, and I'm really grateful for him, and I'm honored to play for him.
Makuach, I know you may have answered this question in another press conference. I know NCAA gave you guys a choice to have another year of eligibility. Is this it for you, or are you moving on, or what are you going to do?
I can't really answer that for right now. I'll get back to you in a couple of days.
Okay, so you're telling me there's a chance?
I don't know. Like I said, I'll get back to you.
Okay.
We you guys playing for, Makuach, today? Was it for you, for pride, to win, for the love of the game, for coach, all of that, none of that? What was you guys went out there as an 11 seed? What were you playing for?
You know, we were just playing for our coaches and teammates and obviously our program. We're not going to quit, and we have some guys that are competitive, and we have pride too. So a lot of people didn't give us a chance, and, you know, we just said, you know, stuff it. We're going to go out there and give it everything we got, and we're going to compete no matter what. We left the game, and we're going to give it our all.
I'll ask you a question Jeff asked Coach. What do you think the future of Lobo basketball is? You've been here for 4 years. You know the culture around here and the passion. What do you see for this program?
I think Lobo basketball got a bright future. Obviously, you know, what happened this year, we haven't been good for the past couple of years, or you may say the program is not where it should be or where it was. But, you know, I think Lobo basketball got a bright future, and I'm looking forward to seeing where the program heads.
Makuach, the younger guys really played. They stepped it up, man, and even Jeremiah got his shot going. Do you look at how they were playing and say, well, hey, maybe these guys do have a pretty decent future coming up? Or
yeah, everyone on our team got a bright future. You know, those are my teammates, and you know, all of them are very talented, and they work hard, and they come in the gym every day and work hard. So they all got a chance. Like every basketball player got a chance. So it's just a matter of putting in the work, and you'll be all right.
All right, does anyone have any other questions?
Makuach, just
Two more.
Getting to this point now, you know, everything you guys have been through this season, what was the feeling going into the game, knowing that you guys, you know, you could see the light at the end, you made it to Vegas, and, you know, certainly it was a competitive game out there, but just for you, you know, what was that feeling like for you, not even just for the career, but just for this season, knowing that you made it to Vegas?
For me, it was just another game. Obviously, I prepared the same way as I've been preparing for all the games we played so far. So I didn't really think about it too much. Just came in and tried to play hard and win for, you know, the Lobos and the Coach Weir and my teammates. So for me, it was just another game.
All right, we've got time for one more.
Makuach, obviously your time at the Lobo has probably not been what you expected. How would you describe the entire experience, not just this season, but your entire time with the Lobos?
It's been amazing. Obviously, this year you can look at it and say we didn't have a good year, but to be honest with you, it taught me a lot about myself and a lot about life. So, and a lot about my teammates and coaches. So, you know, when we heard the news a couple of weeks ago that P wasn't going to be here next year, we could have thrown in the towel and say, you know, this is it. But we didn't, and came in every day and worked. And you know, I love these guys, every single one of them, and you know, I'm just really proud of them.
All right, for both of you, I'll start with Makuach. Is there anything you'd like to finish up with as we wrap up here tonight?
I got nothing. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Coach, is there anything you'd like to add?
I'd just like to say again, thanks to Coach Weir for everything he's done for this program this season. We truly appreciate him, and to Quach, 35 years of coaching. I've obviously had a lot of players during those years, and he ranks up there at the top, and it's just been a joy to be with him every day in the gym.